Time for episode 2 of Books to Movies. Today it's about Dreamcatcher, the Stephen King book turned movie about the alien plague. I love it. Even though the critics didn't, I love it. And I think it's kind of the quintessential guy movie. It's got an alien invasion, it's got explosions and gunfire, and digestive mishaps caused by said alien invasion. It adds a tiny little bit of humor to the sci-fi horror that is Dreamcatcher. And in the book and the movie, it starts the same way. Four best friends, Beaver, Henry, Jonesy, and Pete, all with their psychic abilities, get in contact before meeting up at their hunting lodge as they do every year. Only this year, at the hunting lodge, they're confronted by a very strange happening to the animals and the people around them. The animals are just covered in red stuff that looks like a really nasty mold. Some of the people are covered in it too, and their digestion is just so bad. They are cracking windows in the middle of winter, if you know what I mean. Also, it goes to their flashback to where they go to bat for and let me just say this real quick, I'm not politically correct, I'm just gonna spit it out as it is. They go to bat for the retarded kid Duddits, who, through association with him, gives them their psychic abilities, which they use later on to help people and even rescue another special needs child from a drainage ditch. Anyway, so while they're up at this hunting lodge and becoming familiar with this alien plague, Beaver gets killed fighting one of the aliens. Jonesy gets possessed by one of the aliens, the same one that kills Pete on the back of a snowmobile. And Henry is left alone to find them. And in finding them, he has to kind of use his psychic ability to convince Owen to go with him, and also convince Owen to help him go pick up Duddits so that they can all use their psychic abilities together to find Jonesy and stop the alien possessing him, known as Mr. Gray. That's the book and the movie. Not to mention Jonesy's little corner of his mind he calls his memory warehouse. In only the movie, and it's an interesting fact that in the book, Stephen King describes Colonel Curtis as someone who would be played by James Woods in a movie. In the movie, it's played by Morgan Freeman. Complete difference. And in the movie, when they finally get to Duddits and it's time to take him with them to go find Jonesy and stop Mr. Gray, his mother is just so happy to let him go with them because she knows he's going to save the world. And then we find out why. Because Duddits is really an alien. And he defeats Mr. Gray after he gets him out of Jonesy. That's the difference, in the movie from the book. What's in the book is that there is more years of detail and depth in the characters, and you see that a lot in Stephen King's books. A lot of character detail and depth, which is pretty much why his books are as big as they are. And also in the book, Duddits' mom does not want him to go with him. He's dying of cancer, and it just breaks her heart to have to let him go that way. But she does let him go. And he does die while out with them, having confronted Mr. Gray. But he's not an alien. He's just a now retarded man who dies of cancer. It's very sad. And the one huge final difference that separates this from being a sci-fi movie with a huge margin of toilet humor is when Jonesy is possessed by Mr. Gray. He slows him down by completely finding out by accident that Jonesy has a little bit of an allergy towards salty foods. So, from his memory warehouse, he sort of influences Mr. Gray to just stuff himself with bacon, which aggravates his diverticulitis and causes severe diarrhea. Genius. And then the rest we know. We know that in the movie it's an alien fight. In the book, it's not. But it's still interesting. And a bit of a guilty pleasure and just a fun movie. Alright, and that is Dreamcatcher. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.